Okay guys, so now I'm going to be teaching you about IDs and classes, and these relate to our style sheet here, our CSS. So basically the way they work is if I want to add an ID to something, that object can only have one ID, but classes you can have multiple classes. So I'm going to show you what I mean here. So for our first paragraph here, I'm going to type in the first tag here, I'm going to type in ID equals, and then we can call this first para. Right? Okay. So now if I wanted to reference that and add some custom styling to that first paragraph, I would go into my style sheet, right? And I would type in hashtag, which is in reference to an ID. So you always type hashtag when you're referring to an ID. First para. And then you type these little brackets in, right? And now in here we can add our style. So background we'll do yellow. And we'll see if that worked. So we'll go back into our browser and refresh. And as you can see, our first paragraph has a yellow background, and that is because we added an ID to it and we added the background color of yellow. Now, let's say I want to do the same thing to the second paragraph. So I would just type in ID equals first para, right? No, wrong. You wouldn't want to do this because remember, you can only assign the one ID to one thing. So you would actually want this to be a class. So what we'll do is call this class, right? And we'll call this every para. So now what we'll go back in here and we'll type in dot every para and then our little lines here, and we can apply this to any paragraph that we want. So I'll just type in background gray, right? And then we'll go back over here and we can add this class to our last paragraph as well. So now when we run this in the browser, we should get the first one should be yellow and these second two should have a gray background. And let's refresh, and there you go. So as you can see, you can apply classes to multiple items and you can only apply an ID to one item. So remember that when you're creating your style sheets. So you're probably thinking, what if I want to add another style to this, but I want it to have its own name? So what I can do is I can add two classes. All you have to do to add another class is add a space in between the second class name you want to add, and I'll say second, or no, I won't say second para, I'll say para other, right? And so we'll go into our style sheet and we'll do para other, and you can see it pops up as a suggestion, which is a really nice feature in Atom. So if you've previously typed something, it will suggest the words that you've typed. So now I'm going to just type in padding 10 pixels. So now when we refresh this, our second paragraph should have some padding as well. And there you go. So I have two classes on this second paragraph, which is great. That's something that you're going to use in the future a lot.